Thank you, and hello. Welcome to We Own the Laughs. I'm Tiffany Vo, and I'll be hosting this episode. And yes, I did survive a jellyfish attack. So let me tell you about my summer. I had a pretty good summer this year. So I went on vacation, and I finally got to go in the water. It's been a hot summer, I think just all around because global warming is happening, whether you want to believe it or not. And 5 minutes into the water, I'm literally like, oh my God, like swimming my back, trying to enjoy like the view, like I'm free. And then I feel this like the weirdest, most electrifying, weirdest sensation I have ever felt, and I'm just like, ah! Like the weirdest scream ever, because if you know me, like I don't cry anymore. It's very hard to get me to cry. And I see, like, so this is the jellyfish sting, by the way, Exhibit A. And listen, like, it looks worse than actually when I got stung. So I like freak out, and then all of a sudden I'm in shock because I literally see 3 black skewer marks. It was just 3 black lines. That was it. So I'm like freaking out because I'm like, what devil shit just marked me? And I'm like literally getting, like I seriously thought it was the devil. Like I could not comprehend what just happened. And I'm from California, and I'm walking to the shore, like, yeah, like, my arm's on fire. What is this? Like, oh yeah, you got stung by a jellyfish. Like, there's jellyfish in Italy? Like, what? I was like in shock. I'm like, me? Like, I'm gonna get stung by all the times I've been in the damn ocean, in the Pacific, and the Adriatic, and whatever ocean you want to call it. Like, I get stung in Italy by a damn jellyfish. And the thing was, I was like, damn it, I was here before Kylie Jenner and Selena Gomez celebrated their $1 million birthday in Italy. And I know they took their fancy, exorbitant $2 million yacht rental out to the middle of the Mediterranean Sea. And I thought it was to get away from us peasants, us tourists visiting the Amalfi Coast of Italy. Ugh, us poor people, just disgusting. But no, they were trying to get away from the jellyfish that nobody tells you about. Like, has anybody heard there was jellyfish in Italy? Because I didn't hear about it. Fuck, like with all social media. Jesus Christ. And now I have a scar for it. Like, look at this shit. This is crazy. I just tell people I got like in a fight with a hawk, you know, like I was just like laying on the ground. He tried to pick me up, thought I was a snake, you know, like shouldn't wear these snake pants outdoors. I also came back from the South recently, and lots of mosquitoes. Ugh, yeah, and I was told like, oh, they don't like the color yellow. Okay, cool. Well, what I learned out in the field is apparently I'm not yellow enough because those damn mosquitoes ate me up like I was a brown banana. Yeah, apparently they don't see me as like the shiny golden banana yellow emoji with a peace sign. Like, shit, everybody knows who I am. Yellow girl that goes like this. Or, no! Know what I mean? God, it's the story of my life. Just never Asian enough. Not Asian enough to get an Asian role. Not white enough to get an Asian role. It's Hollywood, you guys. Just to let you know, don't be Asian and in the middle or whatever you would call me, because you won't get booked. But yes, I'd like to introduce our next comic. I thought he was my friend, but I realized he's just profiting off of our selfies and selling them to prison mates. So you and I are now business partners. Well, welcome to the stage Leonard Madrid.
How's everybody doing tonight? Good. Man, it's nice to see everybody out here, especially, in this heat. Give it up for yourselves. Yeah, I've from right here locally, and I've been doing comedy about 2.5 years now and stuff, but you always find something new when you're doing comedy. You always find something new. Like, about 2 months ago, I did my first gay club. I mean, hey, it's cool. It's, it was a club. It just, I'm not sure everybody that was there for comedy. The service was really bad. And one thing I realized that you don't say in a gay club when you get bad service is, who the fuck do I got to blow to get a drink around here? They kept coming after that. It's a good thing I had all those drinks to wash it down with. But no, I got, like I say, we're new world right here, new days. There's gays everywhere and stuff. We recently had a gay couple move in, 2 guys move in right next door to us, which was cool. They adopted an 11-year-old daughter. And I just found out today that, well, not today, but I found out last week that their daughter was on the same soccer team as my daughter's, which was great. Except now I know that, we have to go get soccer gear. We have to go, get their stuff for them and stuff. Well, I'm asleep in the morning, and I get a knock at the door. This guy walks up, says, "Hello, just wanted to let you know that your daughter and my daughter are on the same team." "Oh, yeah, that's great. Nice to meet you. I just want to know if you wanted to go to check out Dick's and then maybe grab some lunch." No. I mean, it's cool if you want to go check out Dick's, but if you're hungry after that, it's like, I'm not sure I want to be around you. But, like I say, I'm here locally and stuff, and I remember growing up on the east side, like a lot of people, we grew up poor. And my mom one day gets this voucher for Section 8. And I don't know if you guys are familiar with Section 8 is, but that's when they give a voucher to a poor family so that they could pay 80% of your rent to move to a different neighborhood, preferably a upper-class family, to see how fast it takes you to fuck that neighborhood up. I still couldn't figure out how we got the car inside the yard with the fence still around it. It's like a ship in a bottle, But the neighbors weren't too receptive of us. I remember, like I say, racism's a big deal going on right now and stuff, but I remember I was like, well, I had friends from all over. Well, this kid comes up to me and says, "You better not come this way when you go to school tomorrow. My dog hates Mexicans." I'm like, "For real?" I mean, I get it, if your kids are racist, whatever, but how do you start the process to make your dog a racist? It's a fucking dog. Like, shit, I mean, what are you doing? Hitting them with fucking tortas and shit and fucking throwing menudo at it? It's like, come on. Showing them pictures of El Chapo? That's the kind of guy. Right there, yeah. So I said, fuck that. I went to school. The fucking dog bit me. So I said, you know what? Fucking 2 could play at that game. I went and, I'm going to, the stereotype, I went and stole a dog. So I brought my dog. I said, I'll have my dog fight your dog. So I bring my dog and his dog, and then they just kind of square up. They're both looking at each other. Then my dog goes behind him and smells his ass and goes, that's not too bad. Hey, come on, get him. No, wait. His dog comes around my dog and starts mounting my dog. Pretty soon this dog's like, Then all of a sudden, I've never heard a gay voice come out of a dog. My dog went from going, rough, rougher. Like, hey, fuck. It's like, you win, we'll move back. But my mom recently got on social media, and she wanted to ask me, like, how does this work? And so, I mean, I'm kind of new at it too and stuff, but she goes, "Mijo, what is Tinder?" Well, Mom, I guess you put your picture, and if they like you, they swipe a certain way, and if they don't, okay, because I think I'm ready for that. My mom's 68. She comes up, says, "Hey, guess what? I met a guy. he really liked my picture. I go, well, that's cool, Mom. You know what? He's black. Right on. Good for you, Mom. No, do you know what that really means? All right, well, hey. But you know what he asked me? If I was DTF. For real? She goes, yeah. Do you know what that means, Mom? Stupid, I know what it means. If I'm down to eat fajitas. Said, I'm going to go ahead and leave that one alone and stuff, because, for one, my mom doesn't date a lot, and I don't know when's the last time she got her fajita eaten, so. Give it up for Mom. But I don't blame her. Like I say, my mom, she has to get out there. She's lonely and stuff, because it's been a lot of years since, my dad got his ticket for his wings, then flew his ass to El Paso and started another family. Like, fucking guy. But no, she actually recently started dating a guy, and then she tells me, she says, I met somebody. I want you to meet him. Okay, Mom, I'll go meet him. So I go down there, have a little barbecue. I said, all right. So he says, hey, just like to have a little talk with you, let you know that, my intentions. So I was like, hey, whatever. We take a walk to the store. And he gets her stuff, chips, meat, whatever. And I go grab my beer. Put my beer on there. He says, I got it. I said, you got it. I'm paying for everything, just so you know. I was like, well, I appreciate that. He says, yeah, a pack of Marlboros and some Magnum condoms up there. I'm looking at this motherfucker like, condoms? He goes, can never be too safe, right? Which is cool in theory, except my mom's 68. So it's like, you're either afraid to get my 68-year-old mom pregnant, or you just call my mama a hoe. Anyway, that's myself for tonight. I hope you guys have a good time.
So what I learned from Leonard's set is that, as mosquitoes don't see people in color, dogs are racist, and they claim they're colorblind because they only see in black and white. But speaking of black and white, our next comic is a salt and pepper man. He is a... He's all what? Come on, salt and pepper, sexy, you guys. He does a one-man show called Signs. You can find him on JonathanDavidSigns.com. Jonathan David.
Salt and pepper, I'm spicier than that. Shit. No, the gay community, they call me a silverback. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm down. No, not really, but it's whatever. My name is Jonathan David, and both of my parents are deaf, like they can't hear, which means that I am fluent in sign language, which means I'm really good with my hands. Ladies, yeah. See me after the show, all right. Yeah, it's weird having deaf parents. Like growing up with deaf parents, a lot of people couldn't relate to me. Like when I was in high school, my friends and I used to go and smoke weed. And my friend one time was like, oh man, what if my mom smells weed on me? I was like, dude, my mom lost her sense of hearing. Now all her other senses are way off the charts, man. You think that's a problem for me? Man, when I go home after smoking weed, my mom would come up to me and she'd be all like sniffing me up and down and then give me like a dirty look. And she's all like, that's not the weed I sold you. I get grounded for 2 weeks, man, so fuck you, right? Whatever. Having deaf parents gives you different perspectives on life, lets me see things more clearly. Like the other day I met this lady, she was from Canada, born and raised Canada, but she spoke with an Australian accent. I was like, that don't make no sense. Can you explain to me why you have an Australian accent? This is confusing. And she's all like, well, mate, my parents are from Australia, or however they talk, And I was like, that doesn't make any sense. My parents are deaf, but you don't see me going, Jonathan, go to your room. Why are you making fun of me? So I don't buy her bullshit. I think she's just putting on a show or something. No, growing with deaf parents makes me like a real life Charlie Brown. Because when I was a kid, the adults really did go wah 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 wah. So don't worry, I'm allowed to make these jokes because I'm fat. Yeah. Nah, it's hard having deaf parents, so it's hard. Like, when I remember when I was 4 years old, I learned right away to always make sure that there's plenty of toilet paper in the bathroom. Yeah, that's a nightmare. I went to the bathroom, sat down, realized there's no TP, freaked out, like, what am I going to do, right? Opened up the door like a crack and started screaming for help. I was like, Mom, Dad, quit being deaf. Help me, somebody wipe my ass, please. It's a nightmare, man. Yeah, it's the hardest part about having deaf parents is having to ride in the car with them while they're driving, because they like to talk while they drive. Some of you are catching on. Like, there's a reason I'm so salt and pepper. I'm only 27, people. I've seen things, Scary thing. No, like I'll be riding in the car with my mom, right? And she'll be like talking to me with her hands and looking at me with her eyes and steering with her knee and smoking a joint. I don't know how she's talking to me. Right? And then she has the nerve to get mad at me. She's all like, Jonathan, why aren't you watching what I'm saying? And I'm like, because, Mama, I'm watching the fucking road. What are you looking at? Shit! If you didn't catch that, this was the sign for fucking, like this. Yeah, this is important. You need to know how to do this. Support. Like, you'd think it'd be like this, like missionary position, but no, it's like this, like an angry 69, like, eat that vagina! Eat that vagina! I eat that vagina, I'm just saying. No, but you didn't think you're gonna learn anything tonight, but you did, Because now you go up to any deaf person you meet and be like, hey, you, me, let's go! You don't need Tinder. You got fucking sign language now and shit. I'm all about connecting people. Oh, man. It's crazy because, like, my mom won't fucking pay attention to where she's driving, and she'll drive through, like, a neighborhood, and, she's not paying attention at all. I'm like, man, Mom, aren't you worried about running over lots of children? And she goes, no, but there sure are a lot of speed bumps in this fucking school area. It's fucking ridiculous. I think the absolute hardest part about having deaf parents is having to go to sleep every night with earplugs in my ears. Because my parents can't hear themselves while they're having smoochy time. That is a nightmare, people. Like, can you imagine being my parents' neighbor? What are you going to do? Call them up on the phone? You can't do it. They're deaf. They ain't going to answer, right? So, one time I had a neighbor. He came over to, like, try to talk to my mom. He tried to gesture to her, like, explain what was going on. He was like, did you know that when you have sex, that it sounds like a robot is getting it on with the monkey? I went up to my mom. I was like, Mama, what did he say? And she was like, he said he wanted a threesome. With a robot and a monkey. And I believe my mom, too, because she's not just deaf. She's also a paranoid schizophrenic. That's true. My mom is deaf, and she's schizophrenic, which is fucking hilarious. Because she can't hear the voices in her head, right? Like, what are the voices in her head gonna do? Like, learn sign language? Like, burn down the house, bitch! Not gonna happen. Not gonna happen. Nah, eventually my parents started figuring it out. They started playing music whenever they had sex. But they're deaf, so they just played the same album over and over and over again. So now every time I hear CC Music Factory, I get flashbacks like I was a nom. Like the other day I was in the club, I all of a sudden I hear, everybody dance now, bam, 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 bam. I lost my mind. I started running out of that place like, no. And my friends were like, Jonathan, what's wrong? And I was like, I don't want a little brother. All right, that's my time. Thank you guys so much. Keep it going, for we own the laughs.
That was awesome. Jonathan, I want to meet your mom because I took ASL and the teacher actually yelled at me. He didn't really yell at me. He more slapped the desk vigorously. So I want to see if I can piss your mom off. All right, guys. So we have our last comic for tonight coming all the way from Tel Aviv. She's one hot potato. Her name is Ormash. Woo! We own the laughs. How are we doing? Yeah. My name is Or. Okay, it's a Hebrew name. It spells O-R. Okay, it's just O-R. There's no W-H in the beginning anymore. It's like, the thing is, like, it's one of the most common words in English, but people hear it and get confused. Like, the other day, I went on a date, and we wake up, and I know. And the guy is like, he's next to me, he's like, so, is that your real name? And I'm like, what the hell is that supposed to mean? He's like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I thought it's like short for something. And I'm like, that is so interesting. It's exactly what I thought last night when you took off your pants. I'll tell you what, like, the weirdest thing for me is like every time somebody says or, I think they're calling for my name. I was like, yeah. I have this downstairs neighbor, and he does the broom thing. Check this out. 2 nights ago, I wake up in the middle of the night, right? I go to the bathroom. I guess I was a little loud. So he does the broom thing. He's like, hey, shut up. Now, I'm Israeli, right? So I'm like, no, you shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. I've escaped the Middle East. My last neighbor was ISIS. Who the fuck are you, Skylar? Dude, 2 minutes later, the guy comes banging at my door. Open the door, you fucking whore. And I'm like, oh my God, that is so scary. How does he know my name? You know what? The thing about it, though, like, it got me thinking, like, this is 2019. What kind of an idiot tries to insult a woman by calling her a whore, huh? Where are my ladies at? Make some noise, ladies. It's 2019. It's a different world. If you haven't noticed, being a whore is trending. Have you gone on Instagram? Women aren't being shamed for being whores anymore. We're being sponsored. Hey. Hey. Whatever. I'm from Israel. Never gets a clap. Thank you. I came to America, the land of the free-ish, about 3 years ago because I wanted to find myself through comedy because the acid didn't work. But now that I'm in America, I'm in California for 3 years, I can honestly tell you guys that I feel Americanized. Thank you, one person. Because from this unexplainable reason,
All I want to do all day is smoke weed, get fat, and go to Target. Dude, it's like all I want to do all day, just like, and then I find myself paranoid at Target. Are you kidding me? Like, paranoid at Target is my favorite thing to do. In Israel, you're paranoid because you are the target. The weed thing. Are you guys, anybody like weed smokers in the audience? Right? This is we're in California. I'll tell you what, like, the whole thing is weird for me because the other day I realized that as an immigrant, the weed that I'm smoking has a better legal status than I have. I was with my girls in the car, and there was like a police checkpoint, and they were all freaking out, but from the wrong reasons. Like, most of them were like, oh my God, where are we gonna hide the weed? And my one girl, Rachel, was like, the weed? Where are we gonna hide ore? Dude, this is California. You gotta understand. The only illegal thing in that car is me and that plastic straw and a Frappuccino. So, my girl Rachel, God bless her, she came up with this idea, right? She goes, oh my God, guys, I got this. Last time this happened, like all we did is we just hit the joint in between the two cigarettes in the cigarette box. And like nobody was even able to tell. So like what if we have ore sit between Jessica and Amy? It worked. Now I found myself smushed together between the two girls, pretending to be a white American girl. Yeah, I had to like chew gum and play with my hair and pretend that I knew nothing about geography. When the cop came, I was like, oh my God, Luxembourg? That's my favorite cheese. What do you mean where? From Trader Joe's. Jesus, I'm literally losing my mind from this officer. Jesus, what a rude cop. Just rude. Anyway, guys, I'm running out of time in this country. Goodbye.
All right, it was good seeing you for the last time more because you only just told the whole world you're not legal. I want to thank you guys for coming out to We Own the Laughs and for being here supporting our lovely 3 comics. And this is the end of this episode. I'm Tiffany Vo, and thank you.